Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today for JLS Broker Connect. Lots going on out in the market right now with COVID-19 virus and such. So Steve chose to keep our appointment and come in today and meet with us. So
Absolutely.
appreciate that, Steve.
Certainly.
This is Steve Silbar. Steve, if you don't mind, can you just kind of share a little bit about yourself with us?
Yeah, absolutely. Been a realtor for a little bit over 3 years. My entire career with JLS. I started here. I'm being asked to leave all the time by other people, yet I decide to stay because I love it here. But I'm originally from Chicago. Grew up there, went to college in the Midwest. Spent about 20 years in the hotel industry, lived all over the country.
Okay.
So I lived in Chicago, Atlanta, back to Chicago, Dayton, Ohio, and then California for 7 years. And relocated to Spokane in 2002. So I've been here almost 18 years.
Wow.
Absolutely love it out here. Would never go back to the Midwest. Planes fly, well, they usually fly back and forth. We'll see what happens the next few days. But
Sure.
yeah, my family's still back there, but I
Okay.
just love living out here.
Okay. Remind me, family situation?
Oh yeah, so have two lovely daughters at home. It's actually my 14-year-old daughter Reagan's birthday, so happy birthday to Reagan.
Happy birthday, Reagan.
My 10-year-old is, well, almost 10-year-old is Faith. She is in 4th grade right now. I've got an adult son who lives in Madison, Wisconsin with his lovely wife Kelsey, who's from Gig Harbor.
Nice.
And my wonderful wife, Julie, who works from home. She works for Expedia.
Okay.
So we both work from home.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. So what's something you've been here in Spokane for a while? What's one of the things you like about being here and in the Northwest?
What's really cool about Spokane is, and again, I lived in LA for 7 years prior to moving up here, is the Western U.S. is just so very different than the Midwest and the East. For those who have never lived out here,
Sure.
it's a different way of life, closer to nature, absolutely. But everything we have here from, we have culture, we have great restaurants, quality of life is fantastic. At the same time, you don't have the downsides of a big city.
Okay.
So we don't have congestion like a Seattle or a Portland or San Francisco or LA. We don't have their cost of living either. So the trade-off really to live in Spokane is you don't have professional sports here. You have everything else but professional sports.
Sure.
But you have your college,
Yeah.
and you have, Gonzaga's right here in town.
Sure.
Go Zags. You got Eastern right down the street. Washington State's down the road as well. Whitworth is here as well. So you've got all those things going on. And what I tell people who are relocating here is I say, for the amount of money you save living in Spokane,
Right.
you could effectively travel to any other city once a month to get your fix of football, baseball, basketball at the professional level, and probably still spend less living here.
Sure.
So
That's
it's
a good
really
point.
great from that standpoint.
Yeah, it's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of mentioned that you've been here for a few years. You started with John O. Scott. I know that people are always trying to scalp our agents. So why did you choose John O. Scott, or why do you stay with us?
Good questions. So, not being from real estate business before, but buying and selling homes before, I was very well aware of the major brands.
Okay.
And moving to Spokane introduced me to a lot of local brands,
Sure.
or kind of, one-stop shop, mom pop kind of realty companies. So I really focused on the larger companies, the well-known ones, because to me, somebody who is more looks on a global basis and operates always that way, I was always looking at companies that would be known to others coming in the area like I was.
Sure.
So John L. Scott, and another one that will go unnamed, that ironically is also another member of leading real estate companies in the world like John L. Scott is,
Yes.
really became my 2 finalists. But the reason I came here and stay here is because of, number one, the technology. I really love what John L. Scott does. And after the hotel industry, I spent 10 years working for startups and mobile app companies and video companies and things like that. So I really like the technology and how that goes. But then the other thing I like, it's really the people. And, it's supportive people like you and our team here in the office, where if I ever have a question, even though I've been doing this for 3+ years, like this morning, I can call you with a stupid question. It doesn't matter. You will take the call. You'll answer it right away. And I know that, if I need to reach you and you're in a meeting, I'll get an automated message right back from you. So I know that you'll get back to me right away. But besides that, it's really, my peers in the office and the mobile realtors that are here too, is that, we're all a team, even though we're independent contractors.
Right.
We all try to help each other out. Totally. So you never get any, people kind of fighting over business that, everybody's here to help each other. I've actually developed a relationship with a couple of people in the office too, where if I'm out of town for whatever reason, I have somebody I know I can call on and can show my client around, and vice versa. And I've actually come into a situation recently with some of my personal travel taking me out of town, and I've actually passed off clients to another agent, and this agent is actually, while she was traveling, passed clients on to me. So we kind of take over each other's client. Sure. So we're still related, but we're not the person running everything because we're not here. But it works out really well.
Yeah. One of the things when I'm talking to brokers when they're thinking about coming over, it's just like, there's enough business. Mm-hmm. We all are here to help each other.
Right. Even
like you said, we're independent contractors, but it doesn't feel like that.
Yeah.
It's like we really build relationships. It's in everybody's best interest. So.
Yeah, which, that's part of the business, is building relationships. And totally. The way I always view things is that everybody to me that I come in contact with is a client. So you are my internal client, and my buyers, my sellers, my investors are my external clients.
There you go.
So I treat everybody like a client, because you never know when it's going to come back to you. Totally. And especially when you're working with another broker outside the office, you want to make sure you have a great relationship and a great transaction, so that next time you're one of 10 offers on the table, you look that much better.
Seriously, it's better for your client.
Exactly.
That's cool. Do you have a story that you can think of that you might be willing to share, as far as, maybe a tough transaction that turned out well, or anything like that comes to mind?
Yeah, I've had a few in my time so far. The most interesting, I think, was I had some clients who owned a property out in Otis Orchards, mm-hmm. And they were buying another property up in Meade. And on the closing day for the property they were selling, the buyers decided to walk away because, long story short, the access to their property to get to their shop was over a very small piece of property on the neighbor's property that was really just gravel. And it was maybe a 4x4 section, so very small. But the buyers wanted the neighbor to sign a release saying it was okay. Neighbor said he would. Then when the time came, the neighbor wouldn't sign it, so the buyers walked away. So effectively that killed 2 deals from mine, and then they were selling their house, killed that deal as well. So it was pretty crazy. Sure. But we restructured everything. We put it back in the market, went under contract a few days later. Luckily, I marketed it very well the first time, and I had a lot of people who were interested. So I reached out and talked to a bunch of people. Somebody who was going to be backup already signed around another, but I was able to put it together and bring new buyers in, get it closed in 30 days. So, really about 35-day lag, we still sold and bought. So we worked it out on both ends.
So they're happy.
Yep, very happy. She still owes me cookies. And I won't name any names, but she owes me cookies.
If you see this video,
I'll send it to her.
There you go. Awesome. Okay, awesome. What's something that you might be willing to share that maybe we don't know about you?
All right. One of my hobbies is traveling. Love to travel. I've traveled almost, I think now, because I had to go to Alaska a couple weeks ago out of the blue. I think I've been to 47 or 48 states now. So, wow. And the 2 that I'm not going to name, I really don't have any desire to go to. So, so that may not happen. But so I just, and a lot of times, because I traveled a lot for work, if I was going to go on vacation and get in a plane, I was leaving the country just because there's so much more to see. So one thing, I was invited for one of my best friends' 50th birthday was to go to Spain and run with the bulls for his birthday. So I said yes, went and ran with the bulls. Wow. Did not get gored, which was a good thing.
That's good, yes.
Yeah, so that was kind of the craziest travel thing I've done. But I will go anywhere at any time.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
I
great.
will take a dare and go. I don't care. I just love to get out and see things.
Oh, that's great. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Or didn't remember if I did. So, last question.
Yeah.
What's your favorite color?
Favorite color is green. Green represents growth.
All right. Awesome. I love that.
And Kermit the Frog was green too. So as a kid,
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right?
Everybody loved Kermit the Frog. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time today, Steve.
absolutely, my pleasure.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Stay safe out there. Life will go on, and we'll be back in business soon. So, thank you.